Alright, we're going to do a problem that lets us practice how to find some statistics on a list of numbers. The statistics we're looking for are the mean, median, mode, and range. So we need to know the difference between these four things. The mean, of course, is the average. So let's find that first. Before we find the mean, I'll tell you what this data is. The 7, the 9, the 8, the 2, and the 6 would be numbers of the number of hours slept for the last 6 nights by me. Now, to find the mean, we're going to add all of the numbers up and then divide by the total number of things in the list. So, let's do it. We have 7 plus 9 plus 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 6. We'll take that whole thing, we'll get some number, and then we're going to divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because there are 6 terms. Okay, let's grab a calculator and quickly do that. So, we can go 7 plus 9 plus 8 plus 8 plus 2 plus 6. All of that together equals 40. So, this is all equal to 40. And then we'll divide it by 6. Let's grab our calculator again and divide by 6. And here we get 6.6 repeating. Okay? So this is equal to 6.6 repeating. So that's the mean. That's on average what I got, the amount of sleep I got last 6 nights. Now the median is going to be the very middle number, which means we need to put things in order from least to greatest. So let's do that. Let's erase this. And let's rewrite our list in order from least to greatest. So it looks like it's going to go 2, then 6, then 7, and I've got a couple of 8s, and a 9. Okay, now I need the middle number, so out of the 6, I'm going to count, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it going to be the 7? Or is it going to be the 8? Which one is in the middle? When you have an even number of things in the list, there's not going to be one number in the middle. So what you have to do is take the 2 in the middle, the pair, and then find their average. So we're going to take 7 plus 8 and divide by 2. And this will be our median. This is the same thing as 15 divided by 2, which is equal to 7.5. So we can write that for our answer here, 7.5. And on to the next question. What is the mode? And I remember mode because it's the thing that occurs most often. And both mode and most start with MO. They sound the same in the beginning. So I just look at the list and I see what occurs the most often. I can of course use either list now, that doesn't have to be in order. And I see that there are 2 8s, and there aren't 2 of anything else. So the mode's going to be 8. Now the range, we're going to want to look at the list from least to greatest, because the range is equal to the very biggest term minus the very smallest term. So in this case, the very biggest is going to be 9, and the very smallest is going to be 2. So the range is going to equal 9 minus 2, which is 7. So our answer for the range is 7. Okay. Now, the one other thing I'm going to include here is the presence of any outliers. You can think of outliers as like outcasts. They're different than the rest of the group. They're outliers. Sort of like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. He would have been an outcast or an outlier. if he was a number. So I look at the list and say, are any of these numbers different than the majority? Than what, are any of them a lot bigger or a lot smaller? That's what we're asking when we say different. And here, it looks like potentially 2 could be an outlier. Because everything else is pretty close together, right? 6, 7, 8, and 9, they're all clustered. But then just to have a 2 on the list, 2 is probably going to be an outlier. So I'm going to say yes. The number 2 will be our outlier, excluded from the rest of the group. Okay, well, I hope that's helpful. It's a good review of some basic statistic taking of lists of numbers, and I hope that you get a chance to watch some of the other videos too and see if they help you out. So, thanks.